irresistible man.
I like the look of this. There he is.
Roddy Piper.
There's the Rowdy one. There is Rowdy. Roddy Piper live here on Nitro.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. Of course, my name is Nick and I do host the shenanigans on this channel. And if you are new here and you do like pop culture, toys, collecting, nerddom, anything in general like that, wrestling, concert footage, we do that here. We do media for haunted houses, things like that. So if that's your bag, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you know when I post more. It costs you nothing, but it means the world to me, and I do appreciate every single last one of you for it. What we are going to do today is another true to form toy review on this channel. We are going to review another WWE Ultimate Edition figure. Now, this figure has been subject of countless hunts this past few weeks. It was announced during WrestleMania weekend, and it is the WWE Ultimate Edition Walmart exclusive Rowdy Roddy Piper from the Monday Night Wars series. Now, I don't know how much you guys would know about Roddy Piper. I know some of you may have been born before he, started doing anything really big in WWE, WWF, or in the territory eras. But, I mean, a lot of people remember Roddy Piper just from the movie They Live. And if you do remember him from that movie, great. That movie is epic. But if that's it, then you're sorely missing out. Piper did a lot of things during the territories in the 70s and 80s. He did a lot of matches, commentary, and things like that for early WWF during the 80s pre-Attitude Era. I mean, this guy has done quite a few things, and he is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Now, in my book, Piper arguably is probably the greatest wrestler never to hold the World or WWE Championships. That's in my book. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, or even argue with me if you want. But, I mean, that's what I think. I think Piper is probably one of the greatest wrestlers never to hold that title. And he is highly underrated. I mean, his character work is fantastic. He had a talk show during the WWF era called Piper's Pit. If you guys can find some of this older stuff on YouTube, you can see that this man was absolute, utter chaos on camera. And I loved every minute of it. And this figure is just so nostalgic to me, guys. So nostalgic. And when I picked it up and I saw the detail on it, this was fantastic. I mean, Roddy Piper, one of the better human beings I've probably ever met as well. So, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead, punch in, and take a look at this figure. Alright, guys, you know how we do on the channel? Here we have the box for the Walmart exclusive WWE and Mattel Ultimate Edition Rowdy Roddy Piper. This is, of course, from his stint in WCW in 1997. And he came to take on the NWO and Hogan, of course, as we know. If you look here, you do have a reverse color scheme on this box. It's not like a regular Ultimate Edition box. Generally, the white areas are red and the red areas are white on those. You look here, you do have a humongous window, so you can see the Rowdy one himself in there. You will see the figure, the two head sculpts, the jacket, the two extra arms, the two shirts, the two hands, and under this, I don't know if you can see that or not, there's an extra set of gesturing hands. You probably can't see that because I know I can't through the lens here. You will get a shiny Ultimate Edition logo. Down here, of course, you'll get the Ultimate Articulation for authentic posability, the Mattel logo. The top, you get the Ultimate Edition logo, Piper. You go over here, and of course, you get the WCW logo, because this did happen on Nitro on April 28th, 1997. You come down here, and you do get a really, really nice shot of Piper himself. You'll, of course, get the nameplate here. You hit the back, you get your WWE Authentic hologram, and you get a shot of the figure here. You get the nameplate again. Of course, this is from the Monday Night Wars line. And you look over here and you get a decent, not great, not high-def shot of Roddy Piper. And you get a little blurb about the character here. You can pause and read that if you want to. You come over here and you get some character stats too. You can read those if you want to. And you can pause to do so. Let's flip this guy over and I will take a look at the bottom. You look here, of course, it does have all the legalese you could ever digest. and probably more legalese than Vince McMahon wants to digest right now. You look down here, of course, and then there's the barcode. You guys can pause to get that if you want to, and there's another Monday Night War logo on this side. This figure is actually pretty damn hard to find. I tripped over it at my local Walmart. I think it was $30, maybe a little bit more, not sure. I can't remember what was paid for it. I just know we tripped over it there. I had been hunting for this for quite a while. This is a must for me. Roddy Piper is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time and one of my favorite people I think I've ever met. I've met a few people in my time, and I've met a few celebrities in my time. He was one of the nicest, most genuine people I think I've ever met in my entire life. Alright guys, it is time to talk accessories like we normally do as well. Here you will see Piper's kilt. This does Velcro on, and it does have a nice belt with a metal effect there that ports onto it. Let me go ahead and see if we can focus on that. The detail on that is really, really good. It is not leather, metal, or anything like that. It's just a regular rubber belt. You do get two head sculpts here. You get a screaming head sculpt and one that's smiling, like Piper has that psycho look he gets occasionally. You come down here, of course, and you'll get his leather jacket and the extra arms that port on with it. They do have the ultimate articulation as well in the arms. You'll get a Choose Your Own Adventure with the t-shirts here. You'll get the Icon t-shirt and the Reality Check shirt that he wore on WCW television. You will get a pair of fisticuffs hands and a pair of gesturing hands because Piper does a lot of gestures. He's a very animated guy, and you'll see a little bit of that later on with this figure as I go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figure himself. And out of the box, no bells and whistles, you will get Rowdy Roddy Piper. He does have the blue trunks and the blue knee pads like we're used to. He does have the blue striped socks, as you've seen before. I think this is the same body that came with the Coliseum Edition Ultimate. Minus the boots, of course, because if you look at the boots are different color. There is a gold RP on there for Roddy Piper. And you look at the head, of course, the head is going to be different. It's a shorter hair, older head sculpt because this was 1997 during the Monday Night War era. But again, excellent, excellent figure. It does have the standard ultimate articulation. If you know, you know. The head does go all the way around, look up and down. It does have the butterfly joints, bicep swivel, pinless, double jointed elbows, wrist rock, wrist rotation. It does have a diaphragm ab crunch. It does have waist rotation. It can do them big old Roddy Piper splits. It can also have thigh cut. It does have double jointed knees. The knee pads do get in the way a bit. It does have boot cut, ankle rock, ankle pivot, and toe articulation. You come around the back, again, not anything spectacular. It's the same body we saw on the other one, but again, Ultimate Edition figure, ultimate detail. But Piper's a pretty basic guy when he wrestles. Blue trunks, blue knee pads, that's about it for this guy. But the head sculpt on this is phenomenal. It does resemble Roddy a lot. And the dry brushing on the hair and things is pretty fantastic too. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. And the dry brushing detail is there. I mean, the face detail is fantastic. It is spot on. Alright guys, size comparisons. So what we'll do is we'll take a look here at some other Ultimates with Piper. You've got Ric Flair on one side, which would have been a little taller, so that is correct. You've got Andre the Giant, which would have been way taller and bigger, and that's correct. And you've got Danhausen from Jazzwares that blends in pretty perfectly with this figure. I mean, all in all, this figure is the right size for any wrestling setup you have. If you want to have Piper join AEW, I mean, he's definitely there to do so. You want to have an old WCW display? Right here it is. You want to have an old WWE type display? Right there it is. But you'll need an older Roddy Piper for that one. But guys, this figure is absolutely amazing. Let's go to final thoughts. Alright, so final thoughts and score on Piper. Absolute banger of a figure, guys. 10 out of 10. Would definitely recommend this for any wrestling fan. If anybody's collecting the Monday Night Wars figures, this is a must-have. If you're a Rowdy Roddy Piper fan, this is a must-have. This figure is a 10 out of 10 all the way from its boots to the top of its head. The detailing in the jacket is fantastic. It does have the zippers around the bottom of the wrists. It looks just like Roddy Piper. Everything fits and everything is in place. The cloth goods shirts are fantastic. And this figure has a few different looks that you can go with on your shelf. I think I'm going to keep this one just because I remember him yelling at Hogan a lot during this era, and the fact that he was an absolute showman. But yeah, guys, absolute 10 out of 10 figure. I would recommend this if you're a Monday Night Wars fan, if you're a WWE fan, a WCW fan, or just a wrestling or Roddy Piper fan in general. This is a must-have. Unfortunately, I can't really post a link to it because it's hit the secondary market, and it's really hard to find at Walmart's, and there's not a link on Walmart.com for it yet. This is a store exclusive, so beware of secondary market prices on it. I've seen it as high as $100. The average is going to be $60. But yeah, guys, definitely pick one of these up of your own if you do stumble across it. He is a banger of a figure. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me today and reviewing the WWE Ultimate Edition Rowdy Roddy Piper Walmart exclusive from their Monday Night Wars series in Mattel. Guys, again, absolute banger of a figure. This is, of course, not the classic 80s Piper from WWF. This one is more of a 1997 grizzled vet type Piper. He came to WCW to fight the NWO, and he was more chaotic than the entire NWO put together. I mean, this is an absolute banger of a figure, and it does tickle that nostalgia button quite a bit for me. Because I remember in 1997 being a kid and watching WCW and WWF, and the Attitude Era in general is just a nostalgic thing for me. I'd always been a wrestling fan, but in the 90s, late 80s, things like that, wrestling just kicked into overdrive for me. I haven't seen anything like the Attitude Era since, except for AEW and maybe some of the indie stuff. The Rock's newer stuff on WWE television prior to WrestleMania was pretty close. Guys, I mean, this figure is an absolute banger, and the only problem is I can't post a link in the description below for you guys. This is a Walmart exclusive, and it has unfortunately hit secondary market, and it is pretty damn hard to find. So, I mean, you can probably find some other Pipers out there. I know Walmart has the one from the movie They Live in stock. But other than that, I mean, you'll have to pay probably a secondary market price or actually hunt him down. This is one I can't help with, unfortunately. But guys, I will urge you, if you do like the content, like I said earlier, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you know when I post more. We are nearing 3,000. Very near to 3,000. We are almost at 2,800. We have a couple more hundred to go, but at the rate you guys are subscribing, we might hit that by June. And if we do, I may do a giveaway or something special for that. I know when I do hit my 200th video, I do plan on doing something special for that as well. So hang on to that, because it is coming down the pipe. And go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when it happens. Guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to punch out, and I will see you later.